Let's do this shit. Hi hoes.
Hi ho, it's home from work we go.
So today I'm doing a bit of a different video. This one's going to be probably more helpful. Hopefully, at least it's intended to be. So like, comment, subscribe. If you found it helpful at all, useful, interesting, entertaining, I'm here for your entertainment. So basically I wanted to do this video because I struggle a lot with motivation in general, mental health in it, love. So obviously I know a lot of people who relate to that, and you know, if I can be helpful at all to anybody, then I'm glad to be of service, innit? I've unironically started saying in it, and I don't want to think about it really. I've kind of figured out things that help me motivation wise, especially because I'm in the performing arts industry and I'm studying performing arts at drama school. So obviously I've had to kind of work my way around motivation, or lack thereof. So I've compiled a little list of things that I found useful, that you might find useful. I'm not an expert in any way, I'm not a personal trainer, and it's mostly just things surrounding motivation. So if you're looking for nutritional advice and stuff like that, you've come to the wrong place. I am not a I'm not a nutritional expert or anything. I'm a pescatarian, but that's about it. That's all I can give you on that front. So let's get straight into this, because I always spend too fucking long on my intros. One of the things that really helps me like start the process of working out is kind of mixing it into your relaxed time, so you're not kind of like taking away from that. And the way you do that is by literally, while you're working out, listen to whatever music you would have been listening to otherwise, or put on some like Netflix, you know? Just do it while you're watching your favourite Netflix show, and that keeps your mind off it as well. That way you can catch up on your favourite Netflix shows that you've been waiting for uni term, you didn't have time for. So yeah, that is really helpful, especially if it's like an inspiring playlist that you have or something, or like a song that really like pumps you up. It can really help like motivate you in that moment. Rocket science, I know. I hope this is helpful. Another one that's also quite common to use is to watch a YouTube like workout video while you're working out, so you have somebody to like follow along with, and like, again, you don't have to focus so much on what you're doing, you just focus on watching what they're doing and like following along. That's also pretty helpful because it's like a set time and you have to follow along, otherwise you're not doing it. So that kind of helps you with just getting through it, if that makes sense. Also, another good thing is like watching certain YouTube videos and stuff like that, or like movies or whatever, that inspire you to want to work out. Because if you don't have like that inspirational motivation to want to work out, it's so much more difficult. Like, it's so much easier if you have like, even if it's just a tiny spark. My example for this is when I used to watch a lot of My Life as Ava's vlogs. I used to get really inspired to want to get in like that mindset, so that was really helpful. It might be a song for you though, it might be something else, whatever works for you. This is just a guideline. Same goes for any other thing. If you want to start reading again, watch tons of booktube, like watch tons of booktube videos, because that really helps me want to just start reading again. Moving on from booktube, that's not what this video is about. I find that having just like that one thing to keep going back to is really helpful as well. Like drinking water, it sounds really simple, but like just keep having like little sips throughout like what you're doing, and that really helps you get through it. I think it's more like a psychological reinforcement thing, which is just like, this is a little break and then we can keep going, little break, keep going, maybe that kind of thing. And also, I don't know if it's just me, but I really enjoy it when I put in like a little bit of a slice of lemon. Zingy. I don't know how that helps exactly, but it kind of does, to be fair. Don't know the science behind it. I can only give you so much, kids. Also, kind of going along with the lines of following along, if you have games like Just Dance or other games that are similar to that, that's also really useful, because you're just kind of like getting going and moving about without even thinking about it really, because you're so focused in the activity you're doing. Excuse me, what the fuck is that noise? Excuse my neighbours. Ah, this is good timing, isn't it? Also, people like me, I just hate like the thought of working out for the sake of working out. It's not appealing to me, it's fucking boring, and I feel like I'm wasting my time doing it even though it's not a waste of time, you know? So like playing a game like Just Dance is really good because you're actually doing something actively, not just working out, if that makes sense. And going off of that point, thank you. I'm really sorry guys, I was hoping this wouldn't happen. But yeah, any other activities that you enjoy, like learning K-pop dance covers, that's active. Going skateboarding, going running. I hate running, but if you like running, go running. Anything that's like available to you right now, use it, you know? Even if it's just going to skateboard around your neighbourhood a bit. That's still being active. It's a push in the right direction, you know? Also, something that really helped me is to maintain realistic goals. Realistic goals, okay? We don't want to be like shooting out there. Like for some people that works. Long term big goals are fine, but especially like if you're struggling with motivation, it can just look like a giant hill to climb, and in order to like break that down a bit more, you just got to make the like slight baby steps, just little goals, you know, that you can keep like succeeding at, and you know, that makes you feel better about yourself and makes you want to do even more. Like, you may only be able to do like one push-up one day, and that's absolutely fine because you've still done something. And like, because you've set like the bar down here, then you have no other way to go but up, you know? Because then, whenever you feel like you're ready, I like to increase it every day. So like, making the improvements really slight really helps, because you might choose to only work out once a week or twice a week or whatever, but I like to do it every single day in order to actually maintain the habit, otherwise it just doesn't stick for me. So for example, if you do that one push-up one day, the next day you just have to do 1 or 2. That's your option. If you can't do 2, that's fine, you can move it on to the next day and try again. But you always have like that platform that you can like feel comfortable at and like achieved, and you're doing great. That way you're not as intimidated to kind of just go for it. Also, if you get like a tiny spark of inspiration or motivation like we sometimes get, even if it's like 3 AM, go for it. Like, even if it's just the tiniest bit, you'll feel so much better if you just do it. Because we all know we can like put it off if we want. We can put off that motivation and be like, oh, it's fine, it'll be there in a couple of minutes, but we all know it won't be. It just won't. It's always better try and get it done as soon as that like little glint appears, because that's precious, rare, and yeah. But obviously that's depending on your lifestyle. If you can't just get a glimmer of motivation at 3 AM and do it because you've got work in like a couple hours, that's fine, but these are just suggestions that you can try out. I have a fucked up sleep schedule, so I can do whenever. Also, a good point is to keep track of your progress, because that will also be a source of motivation in itself, because you see that you are actually progressing. So it's just like, okay, we can keep going. If I stop now, it's just gonna stop. We're not gonna get anywhere. Whereas I'm actually doing pretty good. So let's see where this takes us, you know? Because literally, if you stick to it and create a habit out of it, before you know it, you'll be so strong and you'll be like, oh my god, I've actually got like, I can actually do so many push-ups. Another point is take your time. You don't have to like rush it all into one go. Obviously, in order to be safe when working out, you have to be warmed up, and you get more results if you like build up and keep up a sweat. But I know that it's really difficult sometimes. So like, if you're watching a Netflix show, you can literally just be like kneeling on the floor, just like waiting for like that tiny little surge to like jump on it of motivation, and just jump, dive in as if it's as if it's a pool, because like once you've started, it's more difficult to stop. So if you want to do one exercise and then just like break for like an entire episode, obviously that's not the healthiest thing to do, but like if you do want to do that, just stay on the floor, wait till the next episode, do another exercise. As long as you're doing it, you're getting through it, you know? You're getting through it, and that's the most important part. But yeah, again, on the like jump into it, like going into a pool, if you like literally just push your legs back as if you're ready to go into a push-up, you have two choices. You either start doing your push-ups or you just stood there in plank, which is also an exercise. So it's a win-win, honestly, or a lose-lose, depending on your... We're being positive. Also, try, I know it's difficult, but try to be your own motivator. Like, even if you have like that girl in the YouTube video telling you, yeah, keep going, just a few more left, you're doing great. That doesn't help if you're knocking yourself down in your head. It's honestly like a skill that you have to build up, but just in your head, keep reassuring yourself, being like, just a few more and you can be done. You're doing great. Pat on the back. I sometimes literally physically pat myself on the back. It feels good, you know? It helps. Also, again, if you like doing a YouTube video and you're trying to follow along as much as possible, but like you have to take little pauses in the middle of exercises, that's fine. As long as you keep going till the end of the timer, that's fine. If you had a few pauses, you have to do what you have to do for yourself, especially with low motivation, like... But just tell yourself that even if you've paused for the majority of it, just start up again for those last few seconds and it will literally make the world of a difference. Because of course, you're trying to help yourself, not beat yourself up, so just do what you can do. Do what you can do, boo. What the fuck was that? Also, another thing is like, if you're gonna snack during or around your workout, that's absolutely fine. Like, honestly, food can be a source of motivation for some people. It can be a drainer of motivation for others, but if you want to do it, go for it. I do find though that it's much easier to work out and keep working out if you have like healthy snacks like a banana, an apple, berries, stuff like that, because then you feel lighter as well. Whereas biscuits, like having a couple of biscuits, that's fine too. I do that sometimes, but you just feel a bit more heavier and your stomach's more likely to kind of start hurting a bit because you're doing exercise while eating. But there's that, you know? If eating fruit doesn't help you that much, then forget about it. Forget about it. I didn't say anything. Something to keep in mind is that it is much more effective when you're doing different exercises and varied exercises, because it just helps keep everything balanced out and make sure you're working on everything. But when it comes to motivation, it's much easier to just stick to a few so that you can easily compare your progress throughout them, like as you go along. It's so much more motivating. And as long as you have like your favorites of each like kind of body part, it's fine. I usually stick to like just a few. The ones I usually stick to are sit-ups, ow, my hair went in my eye, push-ups, fire hydrants, some planks, sometimes squats, sometimes star jumps, and also arm circles because insecure. This is effectively just to kind of keep progress better, and also the fact that doing exercises that you prefer is obviously gonna help you gain motivation easier, instead of doing ones that you're just like thinking, fuck, I hate that one, you know? It just makes it easier for everybody. You can work up to doing harder ones for yourself if you're having a more motivated day and stuff, but try to just make it easier for yourself, like as much as you can. It also makes it less daunting because you know what you're doing, and yeah, you just have more control over it. Like, especially me wanting to keep control over things, that's pretty helpful. Do try to pick different ones every now and again when you do feel the motivation for it though, because that's good for you. Another thing that there is you can also get apps that will count how many squats, push-ups, sit-ups, etc. that you've done, so that way you don't have to keep count and like you can just kind of escape it a bit more. We love a bit of escapism. So yeah, it just kind of helps you keep your mind off it and like the uncomfort and pain. It's just useful, really. I will try and find those and leave either images here or leave them in the description so you can more easily find them. That way you don't have to keep track of counting and watching the Netflix show or whatever at the same time, it's just easier. I will also leave some of the YouTube videos I usually go to in the description, just in case you want to have a look at any of them. When you're in the middle of doing like a rep, like, I don't know, if you've set yourself to do like 10 sit-ups, for example, even pushing for that one more is gonna do like so much good to your motivation. Even if it's just 11 sit-ups, like that's one more than 10, and that is progress, and it just feels good to progress. I say just try and keep it up until your energy like buckles. So if you have set yourself to do 10 sit-ups, but you still feel like you can push out a couple more, do it. You will feel so much better for it. And yeah, just a huge part of this is making yourself feel good about what you've done, which helps with pushing for some motivation the next day you do it or the next time you do it, you know? Giving it your best is always gonna make you feel better. I don't know what the fuck that was. It wouldn't be a Celeste Maria Eliza video if it wasn't chaotic as fuck. Even helpful videos have to be chaotic. This doesn't work as well on me. It might work for you. I know it definitely works for some people, but like giving yourself little rewards here and there, if you've completed a day, have a little square of chocolate, you know? Treat yourself. It's a little incentive, if anything. I don't know. You're meant to be more motivated to do it again if you do that, but I know that that doesn't work for me because I'm just like, well, I could just have it anyway. I'm really bad. But yeah, it doesn't have to be every day. You can do it weekly, whatever's best for you. I just do every day usually when I try to get into it because I'm a dancer and my body type just kind of requires constant drilling. Pray for me. Another important one. Do not skip the days you have set for yourself unless it's like a genuine reason, like being ill, an event, whatever, but don't just do it because you don't feel like it. Don't be like, well, I can just do it tomorrow instead, because you will not do it. You will not do it. It's only because this breaks the habit you're trying to create, because if we don't have the motivation to do it without that kind of schedule, then we have to build the habit so that we just kind of do it anyway. So if you're not sticking to what you've set for yourself, then it's a bit difficult to stick to that. It just makes it harder on yourself, and we're just trying to make it as easy as possible, because also letting yourself off once will make it more likely that you're more lenient with yourself other times, and it's just a downward spiral, really. Can you tell I've been on it many a time? I'll throw in a little story time at the end, so stick around for that after the tips, if you want to. So basically, I learned a lot of this from my days during GCSEs, really, those kind of years. I think it was around 14, 15 years old. I can't pinpoint it exactly. I can't remember if it was a total of 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, I'm not sure exactly, but I managed to kind of put aside all of my mental health issues, just kind of, this is really rude, I'm really sorry. Can we just pretend it's not there? I'll just try to be extra loud. Oh, now it's gone. Now it's back. But yeah, I managed to go a couple, I'm just gonna guess it's a couple, I've always said it's one, it's probably closer to one, but not the point. Where I managed to kind of like pretend that I was completely fine. I literally used to force a smile all the time. It's literally ingrained into my muscles now. It's muscle memory to just smile in like the worst situations now, because I was just like, the entire time I was just like, I'm just gonna practice smiling. Even if it was like silent in the car, I'd just be staring out the window like, it was quite creepy. I can understand people now looking back. Because I was kind of ignoring everything, it kind of buckled all back afterwards. So it's always important to like still recognize your state. I do sometimes try to get back into these habits because they worked so well for quite long. It's just a matter of sticking to it. Please stick to it. It's like the only way you're gonna get through it. I'm sorry to say, but like, you just have to try and stick to it the best you can. I believe in you. But yeah, basically, even after 5 hours of dance, I'd still come home and do my daily workout because I was like, I need to do it every single fucking day so it becomes a habit. And it did. Like, I had to do it every single day, even if it was like a mini version of my workout. I literally went from only being able to do 10 push-ups at a time, which is still pretty good. That's still pretty good. Like, not girl push-ups, proper push-ups. I worked myself up to... Rude, I'm trying to tell my story here. I worked myself up to be able to do 40 at a time, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty proud of that. But yeah, I just managed to get myself in this really like fake motivated space. I don't recommend it, it's not fun. You come crashing down. Do not ever try to ignore how you feel because it will just all build up. But yeah, I managed to go from like really low. I say low, it was low for me, but as a dancer I've already got like some strength built up, so that was why it was pretty high for average. But I managed to get like really strong. I was stronger than most of the boys in my gym class. I say gym class, we're not in America, PE class. I keep using American terms and it's pissing me off. But yeah, I've kind of lost that now and I wish I had it back, so I'm trying to follow my own tips and try and get back into that, but I'm trying to think where this story time was trying to go. I think basically what I'm trying to say with it is don't pretend like you don't feel the way you do when trying to get through the exercises, but push as best you can, do your absolute best, even if you have literally zero energy going into it. Even if you can do the bare minimum, like that's an accomplishment in my eyes. So at least you're doing something, you're trying, and that's the most important thing. I'm proud of you. Go out and kill it. I believe in you. Yes. Please let me know if this was helpful, and also if you've been trying it out, come back and tell me if it's been working for you, because I'd really like to know that I'm not the only one that finds this helpful. I'm hoping that this video has its usefulness. Also coming up, I'm going to be doing some videos. They're gonna take a while, so don't expect them anytime soon, but maybe. I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek. No pictures or anything, I'm just gonna tell you. If you have any other suggestions of other videos that you'd like to see from me, because I'm obviously not creative enough to come up with them myself, leave them in the comments below. I just want, oh fuck's sake, really? I just want comments, to be fair. Leave comments, please leave comments. All I want is comments, comment. Please. That's enough from me. I'm just gonna blabber on forever if you let me, honestly. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully it's helpful. I've said that a million times, but I really do hope it's helpful. I took a lot of care in planning out all these points. As you can tell, I've been looking off at my list on my laptop. I really did try. If you have any other tips that you want to leave for anybody else, also comments. I'm so transparent. Hope you liked my wig. Oh my god, okay, I need to stop. Thank you for watching. Bye, hoes.
Being constructive.
Hello.
Are you filming?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm filming.
Me?
In general.
Hello?
Say hi.
Yo, what's poppin'? Hit the notification bell and suck my cock.
I was kneeling on the piano bench this entire time so it would be a nice angle, and I can't feel my knees. The Fae have been here and stolen my knees. The kneecaps are gone. I've got a lipstick on my hands.